Kiosk Information Systems. Use a cloth, some cardboard, or some padding to protect the glass of the icon scanner. Disconnect power, USBs, and network. Remove the P-clip holding the cable harness with a 5/16 socket. With the harness disconnected, remove the four 11/32 nuts from the back of the LCD mount. Be careful when removing the last two and hold on to the LCD so it doesn't fall. Use a piece of foam or a cloth, blanket, something to protect the LCD. Remove any P-clips and strain relief from around the outside. This will help give you some cable slack when opening the assembly up. You can leave these P-clips on the cable. Next, we remove the 8 screws used to attach the LCD housing to the frame. Use the same 3/32 Allen bit for these 8 screws. Carefully lift the LCD housing, pushing the cable harness through the gap. Free up any area where you might need cable slack. Disconnect the camera USB. And carefully lay this housing off to the side. Disconnect all connections, USB, power, and network from the Posiflex PC. And use a 1/4-inch nut driver or socket to remove the nuts attaching the Posiflex PC to the LCD frame. If you're replacing the PC with another Posiflex type, the mounting points are the same. Place it over the 4 studs. Reinstall 1/4-inch nuts. Reconnect all USBs, video, power, and network. Tuck all cabling in the open space between the PC and the control of the LCD. Refit the cable harness through the opening in the back. Reconnect your camera USB. Check around your edges to make sure no cabling is pinched underneath. It'll prevent your LCD housing from sitting flush against the frame, and you can feel some rock to it. In this case, the cable's over here. I can use this nut driver to help push it in. Keep it tucked. Now my LCD sits flat. Screw holes lined up to the mounting points at all 8 locations. We won't be reusing the 3 32nd screws. We'll be using the black Phillips that were supplied with the kit. Reattach your strain relief. The 3 32nd screw will be reused in this location to attach the camera strain relief. This cable can be tucked inside once the strain relief is attached. Reinstall the previous 5/16 nuts. The assembly can now be remounted to the kiosk. The top spacer bracket has the wide gap, and it's installed right below the camera. Remove the adhesive tape liner. Align the mounting holes with the screw holes and press down. Again, we're aligning mounting holes with screw holes on the LCD housing. Make sure the tab is fit into the slot here and press down. And for the other side, same technique. Align and press. The bottom spacer bracket has a split gap and it fits right here near the nav pad. We're again aligning mounting holes to the screw holes and fitting it into the notch of the side brackets. Install the standoffs over the 4 existing studs on the PC bracket. don't want to over tighten these. The hardware is very small and can break. Just finger tight down till they stop. Place the Acer PC with the fan towards you and the power button towards the bottom of the LCD housing toward the hub. Start one plastic washer at a corner. Set your screw in the bracket. Place into the standoff and get it started. Don't tighten this all the way. Leave it loose so you have room to work on the other three. Again, very small hardware here. You don't want to over tighten and break these off. Check the bracket and PC for tightness, making sure everything is solidly held. Confirm no cables have been pinched below. The area is clear around. Connect the Acer PC power supply. Feed the barrel connector through the opening on the back of the housing. Connect to the PC. Route the power supply cable into the harness with the rest of the cables. Make sure the camera cable is above the other PC connections. You won't be able to put the housing and the cover back on if it's below them. Try to keep the PC cables tucked on the inside of the spacer bracket so that it doesn't become pinched when the cover is reinstalled. And you want to keep the top of the PC clear from cables as well when reinstalling the cover. Excess cabling can be gathered together. Pass the wire harness through the opening on the housing. And you want to make sure no cables will be pinched below as you install the piece. So make sure to tuck all cables out of the way. You may have to manage these as you lower the part into place. You can use a tool with a blunt tip to help push cables underneath. Double check that no cables are pinched around the sides or below the PC in this area, and that the panel is sitting flat against the spacers. The original 3/32 Allen screws will not be reused. Instead, the black 1/2-inch Phillips screws. Don't tighten these down all the way until all 8 are in. Tighten the remaining screws all the way. You can feed the camera cable back into the PC housing. Reattach the strain relief near the nav pad. Retighten using a 5/16 socket. The assembly can now be remounted to the kiosk. Before lifting the LCD assembly into position, you want to make sure that you have your hardware and your tool ready to go. First, feed your power supply through the opening, then your cable harness. Match up the studs with the mounting points. And restart your hardware. You want the door open at about a 90-degree angle so the LCD fits appropriately from the studs to the mounting holes. And before tightening these down, make sure that no cables are pinched between the mount and the LCD housing. Use an 11/32 socket. Remove the front access panel by 2 Phillips screws on the left and right sides. Open the scanner door by pulling on this plunger pin. Feed the AC cord for the Acer PC up through the bottom opening. Connect the Acer power supply to the AC cable. And tuck it in the area behind the scanners. Making sure the door shuts properly and that no cables are pinched. The power supply should drop to the area behind the scanners all the way to the bottom. Make sure that the door opens and closes and that no cabling becomes pinched. Bundle together and tuck away any excess cabling. Replace your P-clip and reattach the wiring harness to the sidewall. If it fits tight, you can use a screwdriver to help push it back over. Resecure with a 5/16 socket. Reconnect all connections from the harness. Again, making sure cables are clear of all moving parts. This is the lock here and the hinge over here. Test close the door to make sure it closes and locks properly. Connect the AC cord from the Acer power supply into the outlet. Tuck the cable into the channel. Reinstall the front cover with the 2 Phillips screws, one on each side.